just so I can get some more non-gum chewing videos up, because people do like them, so I don't want to leave them out of the mix. But yeah, it's my Switch collection. The last time I did this, I have 4 different games now. We have 4 different games now than we did then, so. First one is a Bobble, 4 friends. My fiance really likes the original Bobble. This actually has the original in it after you beat the game, or it might be available from the beginning. This game is extremely freaking short. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like a 2-hour game. It's ridiculous. And we played and beat it like the first night I got it. I think it's like $40, which honestly is too expensive. You can play 4 players, which is cool. I mean, it has a cool look, updated look to Bobble. It's not like it's a bad game. It's just extremely short, and I will say, it moves quick. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff happening, and with the colors, you can't, see your own character, which can be annoying. You, lose place where they are, but, whatever. Sometimes you get a game, and this probably should be a $20 game, but, sometimes you get a game and just, doesn't work out. If it was longer, it would have been better. I mean, there was multiplayer, too, as well, or co-op mode for 4 people, so. Yeah, it's Bobble, 4 friends. Next one here is a Civilization 6. Right. Haven't played much of this. I got it a while back. It was like $15. I think I did a poll for it on Instagram. This is the one that won. I have gotten one of the other games that was on that poll as well, but I do not have the third one yet. But yeah, I haven't played much of it. I played a little bit when I first got it. It's a Civ game. I really like Civilization Revolution because it was a little more, I hate to say, dumbed down. It's, these games can be involved. Once you get the hang of it, it is fun. You could win through, I think you could win through science, diplomacy, or just straight military. I do need to put more time into it. I need to put more time in it than a ton of the games that I have. But you can play the most powerful leaders from across the globe. You can do 4 players, local wireless multiplayer. That's kind of cool if you have 4 people that have Switches and have the game. But yeah, definitely one I need to play more of. That's actually funny. This is one of the other games that was on the list. Collection of Mana. Mana. Does it have? No. It has reversible artwork. This has A Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana and Final Fantasy Adventure, which came out on the Game Boy, which was the first Mana game. The second one is expensive. I was looking to get the Japanese versions because they're under $10. They're under $8 in most instances, at least the second one. But I also wanted this. I know they redid Trials of Mana as the third one. I know they redid that straight up. It's on the PS4 and the Switch. But they're just the Super Nintendo releases and the Game Boy release. I started playing a bit of The Secret of Mana. I never played it back in the day. It's pretty cool so far, Seems fun. I wanted this because I wanted I kind of like collections like this because this is my era of gaming when I was a kid doing a teen. The Game Boy game and then the 2 Super Nintendo games, but we're Super Nintendo and one was on the Super Famicom and they never brought it out here. The Trials of Mana never released here until this collection. But I kind of like these. They did one for Final Fantasy as well, the Final Fantasy Game Boy games, but that's just download only. I just like having that genre of game, that era of games. I just say not genre. Just I grew up with them and I remember them so fondly, and especially ones I haven't played. But it's another one I need to dig more into. It's exactly what it is. It's Family Feud. It's pretty fun. My aunt, my fiance's mom were over, and we played it a bit. We've also played ourselves too. It's cool. You can kind of just try to figure things out. You gotta be quick, but it does have a predicted text or whatever. So when you're typing in the answer, it will come up pretty quickly because you're on a time limit. Not very hard, even on the hardest difficulty. It's not very hard. The computer liked it because there was a couple times where the computer had a chance to steal when we were playing, and one or two times they actually put in a good answer, which wasn't on the thing, which was weird. But other times they put like stupid answers in. It's kind of annoying. The hardest level is like an all-star group of the previous levels opponents. Like they take people from each team. It is not a Richard Dawson or a Steve Harvey-O's now, right? I think they call him Lucky McCoy, this guy, but it's not bad for a little game though to play with people. It's fun, like a Wheel of Fortune or a Jeopardy or whatever. Here's one I really enjoy: Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It's a remake of the I think it was a Game Boy game, and then they made it again DX for the Game Boy Color, or maybe it was just a Game Boy Color game and they made DX. I don't know. I never played it until now. It has an awesome art style. It looks so cool. It's almost like a clay kind of look. I don't know, it's hard to describe. But it has the classic overworld feel of like a Link to the Past or the original. Even like a Minish Cap as well. I've not beaten it yet. I put it down, which I shouldn't have. I am towards the end. It's just a classic game. Like these games, it really brings you back to like the old school games where there's such like a feeling of achievement when you get a new thing where you can explore new areas. It's always the way it progresses and the way it's laid out. It's just perfect. You need so and so to get here, and then you get into a new area and it's fun. It's really cool. It's just a really fun game. You can use amiibos in this, apparently. Yeah, there's like a dungeon builder in here too, which I have not done. Cat's being annoying, trying to get in the room. She keep making noise. Yeah, it's really fun, enjoyable game for sure. And now she's in here. But yeah, Link's Awakening, definitely worth Come here. I'm gonna have to give it a boot in a second. But yeah, definitely pick it up if you haven't. Pain in the ass cat. Okay. Next one's another really freaking fun game. Luigi's Mansion 3. The original was on the GameCube. I think they remade it on the 3DS. I played a good amount of the Dark Moon one that was on the 2DS. That was cool before I got rid of the 2DS. This game's fun as hell. Has a great look. Nintendo exclusives always usually have a really cool art style. That's why they always, in my opinion, their games always hold up. This game's fun. At the beginning, you get like called for like I think you win like a vacation or whatever. This hotel, so Mario, Peach, Toad, and Luigi all go, and they all get grabbed. Like King Boo is back. Professor Egad's in there again too. You gotta like save him in the beginning, and then he has this like mobile command base that you can go to do stuff. But yeah, like the other games used to vacuum to suck up the enemies and stuff. It's fun. There's a Gooigi, green guy here, so you can do a multiplayer with that, but there's only specific areas that he can get through, like you can push through bars and stuff. There's a little puzzle aspect as well in there. And it's good exploration. You gotta really try to suck everything out, Yeah, that didn't sound great, but you gotta use your vacuum to just everything, the blinds, the curtains, drawers, everything. You find a lot of secret stuff. There's just collectibles to get and stuff, but it's really fun. I've beaten a few of the boss ghosts. Another one well worth picking up for sure. They did an excellent job with this. Here's New Super Lucky's Tale. I actually played this on Game Pass a while back because it was an Xbox exclusive at first, and then they released this new version for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch. This has like the DLC on it and stuff, which I never played. It's a fun platformer. It can be a bit annoying. They actually redid some of the camera work in this for this new version because some of the camera angles in the other one were terrible. It can be tough at times, but it's pretty good platforming and stuff. Used him, Lucky. Gotta fight all these cats. What do they call them? Do they have a name for them? But like in a storybook or whatever, you gotta beat the cats. That like put you there and stuff. It's still fun for sure. You gotta collect things. It's like really old school platformers and stuff. You gotta collect letters and a certain amount of coins in the level, like a Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. And it looks pretty good as well. Here's a cool one. That was in my Survival Horror collection as well. Spirit Hunter NG. This is Volume 2. Deathmark is Volume 1. And I've said in the other videos they are making a third one. I really hope it comes out here after it's made. These are visual novel horror games. You play this kid, your like niece gets kidnapped, and it's all just like you're doing stuff. You're like going to areas and you kind of move forward and you gotta search the areas for things. And when you fight the bosses, there's specific things you need to do to really get the job done the way you should. You can bring different people in. It's usually 2 or 3 in your group, and certain people can do certain things. So you gotta like go back out to the beginning of the area, bring the other person in, and do specific things or get into specific rooms and stuff. That's the first. I'm pretty sure that's the first boss. It's all like spirits that you have to fight, and then the main spirit's like the one that's messing with you, that takes your knees and stuff, and you gotta play the game or you die, and then you keep winning, so they keep changing the rules type stuff. And there's this, I don't know if it plays into anything, it's the judging system. Certain things are said, and then you could like judge based on your face animation. I don't know if it actually does anything. It's pretty cool. I like these games. I do like Deathmark a little better. Because Deathmark's creepier. This one's kind of creepy, but Deathmark's creepier. And Deathmark's a little more involved in the areas and stuff with what you do. But this one's still cool. Like I said, I hope the third one comes here after it's made. Here's one I have not opened yet. Still, and I've had this for a while. Nino Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. This was originally a PS3 game. I don't know when it came out. Maybe even like, God, was it like 2013 or something? It was a while ago. I believe there's a second one too. This is a pretty good price. That price hasn't changed. The thing is, there's another game here I grabbed because it was a good price, because with Switch games, I'm afraid they're going to either all of a sudden jump in value or disappear completely, and I'm not going to be able to find them, and then they're going to be expensive when you can find them. Just want to kind of grab. It's supposed to be a really cool game, though. I've only heard good things. It's Studio Ghibli's, is how you say it, world-class animation. And they made all those movies, I think. I don't know if they shuttered or not, or if they shut down finally, but like My Neighbor Totoro and stuff like that. Looks like it kind of, I guess you kind of like capture people, capture familiars, and then they battle for you, kind of like Pokemon, I guess. Switch freely between characters and familiars in real-time battles. Explore vast areas with hidden secrets and familiars to tame. Yeah, so I guess you gotta kind of catch them. It's another one I absolutely need to get around to playing, though. Actually, this is kind of cool because you never see this anymore. It has a nice little small manual. But it's cool, it's all in color too. These are the people you're hanging out with. Just cool to get a manual. It's small because the switch cases are tiny. It starts off where you're Sakuna, you're a princess to a god, daughter to a god, two gods, a god and a goddess. The god of warrior god and the harvest goddess. And these humans have made their way onto, I guess, the bridge that goes to like heaven or the area where the gods are. And she comes stumbling in like drunk, and then the humans go and they're eating the offering, the rice offering that she's supposed to give. And then she like goes in there to get rid of them, and she burns down the thing, so she gets banished with the humans to the Isle of Demons. And you got your buddy, oh, what's his name? Tama or something. He's a little dog thing. He was also with your father as well. So like part of it is 2D battling, like an Odin sphere, stuff like that, Muramasa. And the combat's fun, it flows pretty well. She uses just like garden tools to beat the shit out of the enemies. And then the other part is farming the rice. Like you gotta plant rice, just planted a bunch of rice because the one guy screwed up. And it's kind of funny, your character's kind of like a little bit of a jerk because she's a guy, or she's a princess I should say, but she's a child of two gods, god and goddess. She's a little bit of a brat too, but it's a pretty funny character actually, I like her. And you gotta like, I planted the seeds and stuff, and you can find random stuff like frogs and snails, and you gotta find stuff either in the world or around your area where you're farming, because your parents' like house is there on this island. So you're staying there with these people, these humans. It's fun. It's got a cool look to it. It looks pretty good graphically as well. But let's see. It's fairly cheaper. It's like, I think it's a $40 game. But it's also like you plant the seeds and then you gotta like adjust the water, and you don't want to use too much water, and they like graded me. I planted the seeds and they graded me because they were too far apart and stuff, so I assume there's gonna be more of that, like I said, real early on. And there's stats you can get and stuff, you unlock moves I think and all that stuff. But really cool so far. I actually didn't realize till just now it's rated T, which there is more M and T rated games on the Switch because they actually got a lot of the third party stuff, but definitely cool. Want to play more of it. Here's another really cool one I talked about. Sonic Mania. Really good Sonic game. This pays great tribute to the original Sonics on the Genesis. They're my favorite ones. I didn't play much Sonic after that. Sonic Adventure was kind of cool. And the Sonic Generations was fun. I didn't play all of it, but I played a good amount of that one. But whoever made this definitely has a love for the series. I know Sega published it, but like a bunch of people, like I said in my pickup video, are involved in making it. There's original stages, and there's newer stages and stuff. There's all types of crazy stuff, different paths. It moves so fast, like the old ones, man. Sometimes you're just like, oh my god, I can't stop. And you're like, bam, 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 going through the things, hitting the little bumpers and stuff. There's the 3D bonus parts that you can do where you gotta try to get like a certain amount of coins or whatever. And you're fighting bosses at the end of like every area, not just the end of the zone itself, like every little area in the zone. There's like smaller, easy boss fights, and they get a little harder and stuff. And you can use Sonic. You can either just use one or two. So you can use Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic and Tails. I don't know if you can use Tails and Knuckles. Maybe you can. Oh, excuse me. They did a really good job on this, though. It looks really good. It has a cool look. Cool, the old school look, but while looking a little better. And then those Genesis games. It's just really fun. It's difficult too. The one part is the battery something zone was pain in the ass, but I finally got past that. I forget which one I'm on now. But yeah, this is not the Plus. I know they made Sonic Mania Plus. This has to have a download code for a couple extra characters, so maybe that's, I don't know if they just gave that as part of the plus or whatever, but definitely cool. Here's an awesome game. Super Mario Odyssey, I've talked about this. Phenomenal Mario game. I think the hat's name's Cappy, that's the hook in this one. Because you lose your hat, Bowser like destroys your hat. But it possesses things, so you can be a Goomba, a T-Rex at one point, a few points actually. The Koopas, all the enemies, a taxi cab, because there's all different worlds. New Donk City is this world here, and they're pretty big areas, and you do the little, you can see it up in the corner. The 2D parts, you hop into the pipe and do the little 2D Mario, and the music that you're hearing in the regular game, when you go in there, it turns to 8-bit music. It's really cool. It looks phenomenal. It's an awesome looking game. It's long. There's a bunch of worlds. I forget how many. You can do 2-player with the other players to add. You get different outfits and stuff. Because after the game, or even during, do like side quests kind of where people want you to wear certain outfits to do things. Because you got to get the moons to power up your ship, the cap ship. And there's, after you even get it, there's a ton more moons to collect. I don't know how many there are, but I think we have like 500-600. There's a ton of stuff in this game in each world. It's pretty crazy. It does keep track of all the stuff though, so it's awesome. This is just an awesome game. Absolutely pick it up if you haven't picked it up yet. It's just phenomenal. And then you go to the Mushroom Kingdom at the end, and it's just like the castle in Mario 64. It's awesome. I think it even has the music. And you can jump into the paintings to redo boss fights. Yeah, definitely awesome. Another sealed one that I picked up because it was cheaper, but it hasn't, the prices stayed the same, so I'm like, maybe I could have waited, but I didn't know. The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 3. The extracurricular edition. It has 26 bonus cosmetic DLC items, 20-page mini art book, animated lenticular card. These were originally, the first 2 were on the Vita, and then they brought them to the PS3 and 4 and whatever else. They always look cool, and I always wanted them, but they were a little expensive. And I just grabbed this one because, like I said, I think it was $40 or something. And I'm like, ooh, that's a good price. I need to grab it before it disappears or goes up value, and it hasn't. Like I said, I haven't played it though yet, but I've heard good things about the series, so I am excited to eventually open this one as well. 2 left. Yoshi's Crafted World. This is a fun 2-player game. We played a decent amount of this. Different worlds. It's like paper mache type stuff. It's cool, you know, like a Woolly World. And a few of the Yoshis, previous Yoshis, have that kind of those unique art styles. Poochie is back in this one as well. When you beat levels, you can replay them like kind of backwards as Poochie, and you gotta like collect other Poochies. You got the Shy Guys, and he has a lot of just cool, unique little things you do in here. We haven't played it in a while, but it is fun. Kamek and, is it Bowser Jr.? I think it's Kamek and Bowser Jr. stole, like, the gems of Yoshi's people, his creatures, I don't know what it, so you gotta get those back. Yeah, so you can play the flip side, you complete a course, and you flip it around and check out the other side. It's pretty much the same thing, though. And we do play 2-player, which sometimes can be a pain in the ass if you're jumping on people, the other person, or grabbing, hogging the eggs, because you like whip the eggs and stuff. You can throw the eggs and stuff in the background too, and stuff. It's really cool. Definitely a really cool game. It has a cool look to it as well. I hate that these are all just red spines. There's just no like a spine artwork. But yeah, really cool game. And the last one. Octopath Traveler. This is the Wayfarers Edition box. I've mentioned this a few times. I got this at a garage sale. Not the game itself, but all the Wayfarer Edition stuff. I got it at a garage sale for $5. Let me grab the game first. The game's really awesome. I need to go back to this one almost first and foremost because it's made by Square Enix. It's an awesome throwback RPG to like the Final Fantasies and stuff like that. You know, from the Super Nintendo. has such a cool look graphically. It has a 2D look, but it looks better as well. It's just really cool. It's hard to describe it. You can use one of these 8 people. Eventually you come across all of them, but you start with one and then you find the other ones. And you do specific missions for them, and then they join your party. They all have different abilities. I started off with the hunter, and she can provoke, and she can catch animals too and use them in battle for a few amount of times, and they go back into the wild. They all have unique abilities like that. That's the classic, turn-based combat. This game's awesome. I say this every time too, and I just need to go back to it. It's so good. It's such a cool look to it. Who have I come across? I have the person I'm using, then I use the thief. I have the scholar I just met, and the guide I came across as well and did her stuff. Really awesome RPG. Check it out. If you have a Switch, I believe it might be on the PC, Windows as well, the PC. Really awesome game. It was so awesome that I got this for $5. The only thing it's missing is the slipcover, and it's a bit damaged in spots. Where is it? Like right here. It's kind of busted up and coming off, but I saw this and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, why is this here? And I just grabbed it, not knowing what came in this thing, but I was like, you know what? $5, it's cool. I figured there'd be something in there. And it has the pop-up kind of, I forget what they call this, like diorama type thing. Although this part here is busted. But they pop up like so. It's like all little kind of spots you get for the characters or whatever. Really cool pop-up book type thing. The first one is kind of, I'd have to glue it. But it has all that in there, and then it has a coin. Whoops. A coin there. There goes the CD. A coin. The soundtrack, this game actually has pretty cool music as well. And this is sealed still. The CD is still sealed, which is awesome. And this little cloth map. That's like the game world. And here are the characters getting drunk or figuring things out. I thought it was really cool to find this and for it to have everything. $5 is awesome. I could probably just sell it. The only thing I'm missing is a slipcover. I could probably sell this itself for freaking like $50. This is like my best pickup of garage sales. But yeah, that is my Nintendo Switch collection. And thanks for checking this out. I want to definitely pick up more games for the system. I do like the Switch a lot. It's a cool system for sure. A lot of unique games on it. But yeah.